All right, guys. So if you watch any of my content, whether that be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you have seen videos of mine in the past talking about motivation, fitness, mindset, real estate, sales, whatever it might be. And you're wondering, all right, who is this? I like what he says. I don't like what he says. How did he come up with these ideas? Where's his proof? What is he talking about? How can I trust him? How can I believe him? And this video is exactly my whole entire life story from literally, I wouldn't say birth because that's going to get boring, but from when, I became an adult and how the last 4 years of my life shaped me into the man I am today. And that the things that I talk about, I literally have lived myself, and the proof is in the pudding. And anything that I say online, on the internet, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube is the truth. It's the truth of what I believe in. It's the truth of what I've experienced. Um, and all I want to do now is help others, and to understand that, and to better understand me, and to better help understand you and help you. You should know my story. You should know where I fucked up, where I grew, where I had pain, where I had happiness, girls, everything. I'm going to give you the whole gist. Let's jump into it right now. So, my rose update. Awesome. So, we're going to start over here, and it's a very extensive list, but I'm going to give you the breakdown. Who is Tommy Beuglas. That's me. So it started with me, born in Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, raised in Metro Atlanta. I went to 4 different schools. I've been to all black schools. I've been to rich white schools. I've been to redneck schools. I've been to it all. Like, I've experienced all quarter phases of life. I understand all people. I played 3 sports year round. I played football, baseball, and wrestling since I was 6 years old all the way until I was 18. These 3 sports, football in the fall, wrestling in the winter, baseball in the spring and summer. That was my entire life. I was an athlete growing up. My dad's a wrestling coach, has been a football coach. Like, sports was my life. I love football and baseball. I wrestled because it was good for me. Skip all that. Growing up, I get in high school, good in high school, good kid. I make good grades. I play 3 sports. I'm athletic. I'm on the varsity teams. I'm popular, this, that, and the other. May 2021. So this is my senior year. I'm graduating that year. By that time, I was an all-state football player 2 different years in a row. My junior, senior year, state champion in football, and wrestling. I signed D1 to play football at Furman University as a linebacker. Full scholarship ride, 3-star athlete. Dude, I was popular. I had like girls on. I had plenty of girls. I went to parties all the time. My life was like the ultimate like high school, life, if I'm being honest. And it sounds horrible, but like I was like the all-time jock in a way. I partied, I drank, I smoked every day. I was good at sports. I got a full ride scholarship, like all these sort of things. And at the time, this is where my life felt on top. I felt like, I had beat the system. I was popular. I had girls. I had parties. I had moves. I had this, that, and the other. Money didn't matter because I was like socially accepted from what I thought the world wanted. I thought life was about partying, dopamine, girls, all this other stupid shit. Um, and the reality hits me. That's where I go to next. So I go to summer. I'm playing football all summer. I'm fall camp, August, September. I'm playing college football. I'm away from home. All these sort of things. I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking because football was a full-time job in college. It wasn't what I thought life was at the time. I thought life was, get high all day, drink all the time, play a little football here and there, have sex with girls, like do all this nonsense. So at this time, I was like, football is not for me. I kind of fell out of love with the game, and I never liked school, and so I was like, school and football, fuck that. I'm done with that. I'm gonna do my own thing, right? I know what's best. So I come home, and dude, when I tell you, I remember I played 3 sports my entire life. I had no identity in myself. I was lost because everybody knew me as a football player, an athlete, popular with girls, this, that, the other, and no identity, bro. I'm like 18. Everyone's in school going to college. Everyone's got a girlfriend doing this. Some people are playing sports that I was friends with. Some people are in sororities and frats, all this sort of stuff. I just went from like right here with everybody, maybe even above them, to like douche, like way below. And I had no identity. And then like I developed so many insecurities there. And I had no money, no nothing, like nothing at all. Um, I just didn't fit in anywhere. I didn't fit in anywhere, and I was working bullshit jobs, had no money, had no drive, no motivation, no idea where I wanted to go, no direction, no ambition. And that led to me being super depressed, bro. Super depressed. Um, the next year and a half of my life are honestly just full of like nonsense bullshit. Like just partying, drinking, girls. I felt like I was kind of dealing with the pain with like drugs and all that. And instead of like actually facing it like a man, I was just high all the time. And like I couldn't like actually like succumb to what my reality was and like where my situation that I put myself in. So come January 2023, I dropped out of college completely because I was going to like community college, like half-assing it. I'm drinking 4 days a week. I'm smoking 24/7. I'm doing drugs. I'm with a girl that was definitely not the best for me. Like she did all that stuff with me, and that's just not the type of woman you want in your life. I was broke, like dead broke, bro. That year had so much shit go wrong. Like I was doing all the wrong things, and I had a job. I was selling cars, making decent money, but just spending it all, bro. Like broke, like just wrong priorities. And then that year I get arrested, for fighting in public. Got a mugshot. Eyes are bloody. Got bloody eyes. Went to jail. All this sort of shit. And that night was kind of like the testimony of my life. Like, bro, I'm not that type of person. I was never that type of person. Why am I in here with all these people? And then it hit me. I was like, but I'm acting like that type of person. And me doing all that, looking back on it, I was just running from the little boy in me, which we all do, which you do. If you still smoke all the time, you still drink all the time on the weekend, and you can't succumb to your own feelings and your emotions and reality of life, that's because you're running from the little boy in you. That was me. Come October 2023, so like 6-7 months after, that. Now I hit rock bottom. I thought like getting arrested and all that shit was rock bottom, quitting my job and all that. Nah. Like now, that summer I quit my car sales job. Now I'm like really broke. I go to pursue real estate, which everyone was like, bro, I just dropped out of college. I smoke weed all day. I quit my decent job. And now I say I'm going to go be successful in real estate, bro. My parents and everyone was like, yo, this guy is actually delusional. He's a fucking idiot. I swear that's how my life was. And then that same month, so I'm broke. I'm not selling, like I'm not doing good in real estate. I haven't sold shit. I'm smoking all the time, drinking all the time. My girlfriend breaks up with me, which like that was like the only like decent thing I guess I had. She wasn't the best for me, but like, like that was like my girl, shit like that. And I'm literally broke, less than $300 to my name. I'm still smoking all the time, clubbing all the time. This is rock bottom. No girl, no money, no business, no motivation, wrong habits, wrong priorities, shitty results, shitty lifestyle. And this was the like lowest for me, bro. This is where my pain literally comes from. This is why when I preach this shit on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, I was there. I was worse than there. And I've never had like I grew up in a very, very middle class family. Like I don't have people to like I'm good. I grew up like fine, but like I don't have money to be dished out. Like there is no backup plan for me. This is my life. And at that point, I had the most pain that you can imagine. At that point, actually, I went on a fucking psycho streak and was waking up at 4 a.m., hitting the gym hard. Like that's all I was ever good at was hitting the gym and working out. I knew how to do that. I know how to do that. I've mastered that. But everything else I was lost at. And I was depressed because I had nothing going for me. No confidence, completely insecure. Everything was wrong for me. And I continued to be like that for another like 5 months. I just lived in that pain, smoked it away, got high all the time. March 2024, so a little over a year ago actually, I like just turned 21. Somehow, just the way God works, I landed this new high-paying job, which I do still to this day, in real estate, selling new construction. And when I got that job, it was very much a wake-up call for me. When God opens a door for you and you feel like it's serious, you need to take it seriously. Whether that's a girl, whether that's a job, whether that's anything in your life, take it serious when it falls into your lap. I stopped going out to the bars as much. I started taking my health more serious, I stopped vaping basically, and I started actually focusing on my fitness and, eating right and stuff like that. I started focusing on me. And this was a turning point in my life because I got rid of some of the shitty habits that I was doing and the shitty mindset. And I was like, you know what? I got an opportunity. I shouldn't even, I'm blessed to have this opportunity. I'm going to take it and run with it. Boom. What happens after you do that? What happens after you focus on yourself and you actually give a shit about your life and intention, and you be a little bit selfish, and you stop hanging out with all those dumbass motherfuckers, and you do smart shit, and you better yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, and you do all these sort of things, this is what happens. In 6 months, I went from literally under $1,000 to my name, and then July 2024, like August, July, I buy an $80,000 Corvette. I have $100K in the bank. I'm more confident. I'm in better shape. I'm hardly drinking anymore. I barely smoke, and I'm starting to travel the world. 6 months. Now, yes, I got a high-paying job, and it kind of fell in my lap, but no. But when the opportunity came to me, opportunity knocked on my door, I locked the fuck in. And that's what you don't do. That's what you're missing a lot of the times. When shit happens for you, make it count and be intentional about it. And that's the type of results that it'll get. I literally have a YouTube video it's down in YouTube, it's down there, where I show you the checks of the deposits. Like, I'm not lying. This literally happened. And I bought one of my dream cars, and I had plenty of money. Like, bro, my life changed completely just because I decided to actually take my life more serious. 3 to 4 months later. So like at this point, this is last December. At this point, I'm confident again. Like, I got money. Like, I'm staying away from the hoes. Like, I don't care about girls and shit like that. I got a nice car. I got money in my pocket. Like, my body looks good. I'm not as high all the time, so I'm kind of dealing with those emotional issues that I had in the past and those insecurities. And like, by this time, like, my identity was kind of regained from being a football player. Like, now I'm like, all right, I'm a businessman. Like, I know how to do business in this world. I've made money in this world. Like, I know what the fuck I'm doing out here a little bit. So the confidence is back. But how did I get the confidence back? People think you get the confidence back by getting with the girls, by being popular, by having the clubs. And that's completely wrong. It's completely backwards. The way you get confidence is by staying away from all that. People find out who they really are when you isolate yourself. When you isolate yourself and work on yourself and become the best version of yourself intellectually, mentally, spiritually, that's when you become more confident. And on the result, on the back end of that, when you're confident, the girls, the clubs, all that other stuff starts falling into your lap and you don't even care about it anymore. And the more you don't need something, the more it needs you. Trust me when I say that. The more you want to sell it to somebody that bad, sell this product, they're not going to buy it. The less you give a shit, it'll happen for you. Watch. Anyway, December 2024 of that year, I go to a networking event in Atlanta. Bro, I'm driving my C8 with like supercars, like Ferraris. We go to the Nobu in Atlanta. Like, all these dudes are millionaires. They're like 35, real rich people. We go to this house in Buckhead. Everyone there's like 40, and they're like doctors and shit like that. And me and my boy Eli, shout out Eli Chandler, he brought me there. And me and him are just like 22, 21, and we're like, yo, like, this is crazy. Like, this is real money. And there's a police escort that took us like to the warehouse that we all partied at. Like, I don't even know. And this is my first like taste of like real money in Atlanta. And I'm like, all right, well, where do I go from here? What's different about them? I don't get. Yes, they're older and shit like that, but what's different? I talked to a lot of people, and like, honestly, a lot of them, I was like, you're a head ass. Like you there's nothing different about you. Like, what's the deal? What I came to find out is that, these people had a vision and a business idea, a career path, and they ran with it. They took it and they ran with it. And they didn't care what anyone said. They didn't care what their parents said. They didn't care what their friends said. They didn't care where any type of judgment came from. They took it and they ran with it. And that's the difference. That's what really rich people do, is they don't, number one, care about opinions. 2, they believe in themselves. 3, they take massive action every single day, and they don't care how long it takes, that they're going to get it done. And that's when I decided, you know what, where do I go from here? I make good money in real estate. What do I want to do? I want to build a brand. I want to help others. I want to build my life. I want to take massive action. I want to try and be selfless and give to the world from what I've learned from my pain that I just showed you, and help others get better. You know what I'm saying? Get away from that pain. So I have that realization, I go into the new year this year, right? First 3 months of the year, January, February, March, I sell like 9 houses. I do like $4 million in sales in 75 days. Make like whatever that is, 70K or something like that. And then I go on this trip, like first big trip. So March 2025, I travel to, in the same like 8-10 days, I go to Vegas with my boy. I go to LA for a few days, and then I go to Miami multiple times actually the past few months. I got a Christian girlfriend now, a girl that supports me, a girl that supports my vision, and she's self-dependent, and she does a lot of things that blend well with my mentality. Like I said, $6 million in the first 90 days. I'm walking more with God. Like, I understand what it means to be a Christian. I understand that God has placed things in my life for a certain reason. I'm sober. I don't smoke. I don't vape. I don't even hit. I don't have Zins. Like, and I'll drink on an occasion. Like, I don't have a big. I'm not against drinking. I just personally, like, with my abs, like, to keep my abs, like, I can't drink that much. Just me, I get fat. But like, I did all that on my own dime. See, here's the thing in our generation, to the young men out there, the females out here, their dad pays for all their shit. When they go to LA, Miami, Vegas, Europe, that's daddy paying for all that shit. That shit's daddy. And then you see the little dork frat boy that's doing that shit, that's daddy too. It's a rare individual to catch someone 21 years old, 22 years old in those cities when you're not from those cities that paid for it on their own dime. Well, guess what? I did. And I did it through my pain that I experienced a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And what did I do? I locked in and made some real money for myself. I traveled this country and I've traveled this hemisphere on my dime, on my Amex. My Amex has my name on it. The bills are paid by me. The Airbnbs were paid by me. The flights were paid by me. All this sort of thing. And that's the blessing, is I can do that. You can't admit that, but it's because you haven't gone through the pain yet. You haven't had that self-realization that shit needs to change. Look yourself in the eye and take accountability. And what I'm telling you is God works in mysterious ways. As I start to, what did I just say a few minutes ago? I focused on myself intellectually, mentally, spiritually, financially, and it started to happen for me. And then life happened for me in March 2025. Life happened for me. The girl fell into my life. The perfect girl fell into my life. Business just started coming to me. God started speaking to me more. I didn't need to get high and drink and smoke all the time because, like, I just felt good naturally, like without all that stuff. And life just happened for me, but I focused on myself. People invite me to the club every weekend now. Free sections, free bottles, all this shit. Like, I don't slide because I don't feel the need to anymore. I'm good in my own reality. And that's what I say. Like, when you work on yourself, invest in yourself, life will happen for you. And to the present day, today is June 1st, and this is basically today. I made $40,000 last month in commission. Again, God made it happen. Jesus did that. God made this business happen for me. I'm in the best physical shape of my life. I'm helping others daily, whether that's mentally, whether that's in real estate, college advice, physical advice as a coach, all these sort of things. I'm posting valuable content daily for you guys, for people like you watching. I'm getting closer with God daily. I own 2 businesses, my real estate business and my physical coaching business. I have a partner who respects me and my vision, and that's a very big one. You need someone that respects your vision, and if no one will respect your vision, then you need to exonate from all of them and respect yourself. That's where my life is today, and it's just going to go up from here. And what's next for me? Help others, help you get out of that pain that I was in 2023, because I've been there, bro. I've been way there. Like, if you ever hop on a call with me, I'll show you some shit. Like, I'll show you some videos, I'll show you some pictures, I'll show you some text of like what my life was really like. If you think you had it bad, I've been there, bro. I've been there, and I jumped out of those shoes, and I broke them chains off, and I ran away, and I found God, and I found a girl, and I found money, and I found a life, I found a purpose, I found all this stuff myself, and you can too. I'm not smart, I'm not special, I was not blessed more than you were. I was dealt the same hand anybody else on this planet was, and my goal is to just give back at this point. Because yes, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not taking my foot off the pedal for anybody or anything. No one can sway my opinion. I don't care about opinions. I don't care about what my parents think. I've told them many times, and they understand that. Like, I don't care what they think. I don't care what anyone has a view of me. I genuinely just keep working on myself, keep working on my life. I'm gonna build an empire for my future family, my future kids, and that's just genuinely what my life is like. But it's freeing when you start to live like that. When you start to live like that, bro, no one can touch you. And if you're in that position right now where you have pain, I just showed you I'm good on money. I'm not hungry for money. I'm here to help people. I'm here for you to reach out and be that big brother that you never had. I never had a big brother. I never had someone that was like, yo, this is how you should walk as a man. Yeah, my dad was there and shit like that, but he grew up in a different time than we did. Like, this is a different world we live in today. I want to be that big brother for you, bro. And I want to show you that my pain, my this, and the other, you use that as fuel and you grow from it. But you won't grow from it until you take accountability for yourself and accountability for your life. And I want to show you this to close this video. This is what life looks like, right? This is what life looks like. It is a roller coaster for a reason. Now, whether you want to. So I could have, over here when it shit started to get better, I could have started going back to the club again, drinking, smoking. And yes, that temptation is always there. But God, if you get close with God, He will deliver you from that temptation, and He will keep you from hitting rock bottom again. But your life will go up and down if you allow it to. Now, momentum is the main key. If you get a little bit of momentum, you take it and you run with it. You keep improving yourself. You keep improving your life. You keep making connections. You keep doing this, that, and the other. But that's what your life has to look like. Look at it. It goes a little uptrend, down, up, 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 up. And that's what it has to be like. You have to be down to get up. Like, you have to get down to get that perspective, to get that knowledge, to get that pain, to get up. So subscribe, hit me on the DM. All my accounts on every social media is the same account as this YouTube account. And I promise you, your pain is going to be useful. Use it as fuel. Use it as perspective. Take my life, for example. Now that you know who I am, where I've came from, what I've, grinded from, you will understand these videos that I post more, and they will relate a lot more to you. And I promise, take something from all of them and apply it to your life.